Introduction: The absurdity of modern research. Fast-paced pristine laboratories, high-tech microscopes, and rapidly scrolling scientific papers. Suddenly, the music stops with a record scratch. What if I told you that you could build a high-performance battery using chili powder, pig bones, and bird poop? It sounds like a joke, but it's actually the subject of real papers published in top-tier scientific journals like Joule and ACS Nano. Researchers literally used these absurd, everyday items as electrode additives, and guess what? They achieved excellent, stable battery performance. Will any crap we put into graphene increase its electrocatalytic effect? But here is the punchline: the success had absolutely nothing to do with the magical properties of chili powder or bird crap. The performance boost was entirely due to the underlying chemical environment of the electrolyte they were using. Any random junk would have worked. These hilarious, satirical experiments expose a dark, open secret in academia. A staggering majority, some argue over 95%, of published scientific papers today are, bluntly speaking, garbage. Welcome to the alchemy crisis in modern materials science. The sandwich paradigm. The alchemy crisis. Why is our scientific literature flooded with useless research? The root cause is a profound lack of theoretical understanding. Right now, materials science is plagued by what critics call the sandwich paradigm. A sandwich. The meat keeps getting swapped out for different random colors, but the bread stays the same. Here is how you publish a paper today: you take a standard system, you swap out component A for a newly synthesized component B. You run the standard tests, generate some beautiful, colorful graphs, and rush to publish your new discovery. You proudly claim your new material is a breakthrough, completely ignoring the fact that the underlying system conditions, like the electrolyte in the battery, are doing 99% of the work. This reveals a massive flaw in how we view research. Many researchers today mistakenly believe that making a material, running it through a machine, and reporting the data equals doing science. It doesn't. Without deep theoretical insight to explain why and how something works, you aren't a scientist. You are an alchemist blindly mixing potions and writing down what color they turn. The microwave absorption trap, the case study. Let's look at a specific field where this fake innovation is running completely out of control: microwave absorption materials. B-roll of stealth aircraft or radar waves, transitioning into 3D graphs showing reflection loss peaks, those typical V-shaped graphs in MA papers. If you look at the literature, thousands of papers are pumped out every year claiming to have synthesized the next great radar-absorbing material. Here is the exact formula for 99% of these papers. Step 1. Cook up a random composite material. Let's say graphene wrapped around cobalt nanoparticles, mixed with a polymer. Step 2. Put it in a vector network analyzer. Step 3. Find a nice dip in the graph that shows it absorbs microwaves. A square peg being forced into a round hole. Now comes the worst part. To make this empirical data look like science, the authors take their experimental results and lazily force-fit them into existing, textbook concepts. They will say, our material works incredibly well because of impedance matching theory and interfacial polarization. Stop. This is not scientific research, this is trend following. They didn't discover anything new about impedance matching theory. They didn't propose a new mechanism. They just made a random recipe, got some data, and shoehorned it into a well-known theory to get past peer review. It is incredibly superficial. This type of research yields exactly zero new theoretical insights. It is just mindless data collection disguised as innovation. Conclusion: fixing the system. A hamster running endlessly on a wheel, surrounded by flying papers. Why does this happen? Because of the publish or perish culture. It is much easier to bake a new chemical cake, slap the words impedance matching on it, and publish it in 3 months than it is to sit down and develop a genuine, new theoretical understanding of how materials interact with electromagnetic waves. We are confusing the accumulation of experimental data with actual scientific progress. To cure this pandemic of garbage papers, the academic world needs to wake up. We have to demand rigorous baselines. We have to isolate variables. But most importantly, reviewers and journals must stop accepting papers that are just empirical recipes. If a paper doesn't offer a deep, new theoretical cognition, it shouldn't be published as a breakthrough. Until we stop rewarding alchemy, the mountains of useless papers will continue to grow, burying true scientific progress under a pile of impedance-matched chili powder. What do you guys think? Have you noticed this trend in your own fields of study? Let me know down in the comments. If you want to read the full article that inspired this video, the link is in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of science. See you next time.